What's up, guys? Today I'm reviewing Venom, starring Tom Hardy, Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed, and is directed by Ruben Fleshner. Let me show you a clip.
Giant leaps will always come at a cost.
Something very strange happened to this movie over the weekend. Okay? Now, I've seen the trailers for this movie for a couple of months now. It didn't look good. And, in fact, it looked horrible. And I even think Sony wasn't really proud of this movie. Because I think they were trying to hide it from the critics. Push back as much as they could so that, critics wouldn't see this movie early and trash it. Because they only saw this movie a couple of days ago before the movie actually was released. And yeah, they trashed it. They said it was crap, most of them. And some even compared it to 2004's Catwoman with Halle Berry. And when that happened, I think it set off a chain of events. Because all of a sudden they dug in deep into these reviews and even fan reviews too. They were saying that Lady Gaga fans were bad-mouthing Venom so that A Star Is Born, which also came out this weekend, would make more money than Venom. All this crazy stuff was starting to happen. And here's the thing. I'm kind of torn because I think what happened with this movie was that a lot of fans started watching the movie and started coming back saying they really enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. It was actually enjoyable. It was good. But was it really good? Or was it good because it wasn't as bad as Catwoman? That's the thing, Just because a movie wasn't as bad as the worst movie ever doesn't mean it was good. That's what I'm battling with right now. Honestly, I think, look, the movie was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. It had its moments. But I still think it was a bad movie overall. It just was. And I'm not going to give it credit because it was better than Catwoman because, a bad movie is a bad movie. That's just the way I see it. There are some redeeming qualities. Tom Hardy, for the most part, did a really good job. When the movie played off, the Venom and Eddie relationship, it worked really well. It was very entertaining. I wish they would have showed more of that. But, I'm still not fully convinced that Tom Hardy was 100% right for this role. But he did okay. He wasn't as bad as I thought because watching those trailers, the way this accent he was trying to pull off really was throwing me off. I didn't like it. A lot of times he had this nervous jolt about him. He was talking like, oh, I don't know, maybe I don't know what he was trying to pull off, but it was very annoying. But he didn't sound like that the whole time, so I was kind of relieved. But yeah, he was definitely the best part of this movie. Everything else pretty much was a mess. The editing for this movie, very messy. There was one scene in particular towards the beginning where he's having a conversation with Michelle Williams' character, and it looked like it was cut up to different conversations, just pasted together. It was a mess. It was terrible. And speaking of Michelle Williams, completely worthless. Completely worthless. And I really am a fan of Michelle Williams. I think she's a great actress. I mean, she's an Oscar-winning actress. Completely wasted in this movie. Completely. Riz Ahmed plays Carlton Drake / Riot in the movie, and he was another one who wasn't good. And Riz Ahmed, another great actor, but I'm not sure if he was miscast or just poorly directed. His character was poorly directed. I just don't know. But he was just very dry, very, he tried to look intimidating, but it just didn't work. He was kind of staring off into space half the time when he was talking. It was very strange. I don't know if his character was supposed to be like an evil Elon Musk. I'm not sure. That's how I took it. But yeah, it didn't work. I actually liked the special effects in this movie. I thought for the most part they worked. The fight between Venom and Riot, I thought was pretty cool. That's not a spoiler. You see that in the trailer. But I mean, overall, the movie just didn't really work. Aside from Tom Hardy and Venom, it was just a mess. It was poorly written. The dialogue was terrible, especially again between Michelle Williams and Tom Hardy. Bad, no chemistry, none whatsoever. I honestly think that this movie probably would have been better if it was a rated R movie. I know why they didn't do it, because somehow, some way, they think in the future that this might tie up to Spider-Man, which I'm still confused about. I'm not sure how they plan to do that, because I think they never should have done this movie to begin with without Spider-Man. That's just me. Whatever. But, yeah. The movie was not horrible, but it wasn't great. The after credit scene, there's two of them. One of them definitely stayed for the first one. It was actually quite interesting. Kind of goofy, but interesting. The second one, don't bother. It's just a trailer for the Spideyverse universe, which, yeah, it looks good, but, I mean, you don't have to stay for that. This movie actually made over $80 million opening weekend, so it was a success. After all that was happening with this movie, it actually succeeded. So I know Sony right now is just jumping up and down saying, so what does this mean going forward? Obviously Venom is a success at the box office, and there's going to be a sequel. But what does that mean? It doesn't matter what the critics thought. The fans have spoken, and there is going to be a Venom Part 2. Is it still going to be without Spider-Man? I just don't know what's going to happen. Does this mean that Sony's not going to sign another contract with, Disney for the MCU? Are they going to take back Spider-Man? And, Spider-Man won't be a part of the MCU anymore? Because I don't want that to happen. Or will they somehow incorporate Venom with the MCU? See, I don't think that's going to happen. Because I think the whole purpose of Sony doing this Venom movie was to see if they could succeed without Spider-Man. And maybe just to take back Spider-Man from the MCU to keep it at Sony. So, if it goes that way, that's going to piss me off. So, I don't know if Venom succeeding is such a great thing either. So, I don't know. I'm very... I'm confused, and I don't know. I don't know if this was such a great thing. Maybe it is. But right now, I just don't know. But anyway, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. It wasn't a horrible movie. It wasn't a movie that is going to be top 10 worst movies of all time. It was better than Catwoman, but at the same time, it's still a bad movie. It's entertaining. Yeah, you'll have a good time with it. But if you look at the grand scale of the movie, it really wasn't a good movie. So, I don't know, guys. That's my review. Let me know what you thought. Did you see Venom? Did you like it? Did you think it was better than, how I thought it was? Let me know. And what do you think of the future of Sony and Venom and the Spider-Man universe? Let me know your thoughts. And if you like my review, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back.